Hello everybody, this is Matthew with PSPtutorials.net, your one-stop for PSP tutorials, reviews, and news. Now on October 7th, 2006, a day before I recorded this video tutorial, I wrote a text tutorial on how to change your game boot. So whenever you start up UMD disk or play your favorite homebrew application, it basically plays a cool little clip inside a little PSP with a weird background. Now in this one, I had the member rail side of the next PSP hacks forum with, it was a Matrix game boot, and for some reason I can't get it to work now, so I'm going to change around my game boot, and we're going to be using the Xbox 360 game boot from member Juice of the next PSP hacks forum, and just giving credit where credit's due. So if you read over this tutorial, you will see that you do need XFlash, and it lists some of the other cool possibilities with it, and XFlash, as the name implies, flashes to your PSP, and although there is a risk of breaking, it's not that good if you follow these directions, because I've flashed about 3 dozen times to my PSP within the last only about a week or so, and every time I flashed a game boot, it's always worked. It has never failed me. But just to make sure, if you have 1.5 firmware, you might want to upgrade to version 2.0, then downgrade back to 1.5, or downgrade to 1.0, and then back up to 1.5, which will leave you with clean firmware, which should allow this to run very, very smoothly. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need is, as I just said, XFlash, which can be downloaded at the link provided in the text tutorial. It's version 15G by Art. That's a great program. It's very stable, so don't worry. So again, Xbox 360 game boot, which can be found in PSP Hacks Forum, PSP, and XFlash. Okay, so XFlash is installed just like any other homebrew application. So if I go into USB connection here, my PSP should pop up, and that's a little icon of it with custom text. I'll be going over in a later tutorial on how to change that. And my view I like is tiles. Okay, so once you install XFlash, you can change the game boot like this. Go to PSP, Game, SCE, XFlash, Modified, and you get Background, Cold Boot, Nameplate, LTN0, and Game Boot. Now, upon installing XFlash, this game boot will be a 0 KB file because it is no game boot. Nameplate, as you can see, is just the nameplate. LTN0.pgf is the text you have installed. Coldboot.vag, I do believe, is your opening movie when you start up your PSP. And background is the background, which I have never particularly seen in XFlash. So, we're going to change around the game boot file. Again, you're going to need a different gameboot and PMF file. Now, don't rename it gameboot.pmf, as it will not be able to be read. It's just gameboot, and it's a BMF file, and if it's any other name, rename it to gameboot. Now, it has to be in a certain format and a certain, basically, size. So, make sure it's been tested by either one of your friends or somebody you can trust, so you don't get a bricked PSP. And basically, all we're going to do is drag this right into our PSP modified section of our XFlash. It'll ask if you'd like to replace the existing file, to which you click yes. Okay, and that's pretty much it for now, but I'm going to open up XFlash here. We're going to scroll over to our games, and let's just find it. I have a lot of stuff on here. Okay, XFlash right there. As you could hear, maybe I have a Spider-Man one that's very, very cool. He jumps off a building, it zooms up through his eye, fades to black, and loads up any program I want it to. So again, we're starting up XFlash here, and here's a tip for flashing. Always make sure that the battery charger is plugged in, because if the PSP shuts off in the middle of a flash, you're just going to be automatically bricked, more than likely. So don't take your chances at all. Okay, now for option 1, we have Apply Debranded Intro Screen. And if you're going to be putting your game boot file on here, it'll still have the PSP in the middle. So press right on the D-pad on option number 1. It'll say Apply Debranded Game Boot Screen, okay? And press X on it and it will flash it so it will not have the PSP logo in the middle. Now, on option number 8, it'll say change gameboot intro movie. Once you make sure it's in there, in the right folder, and everything's correct, go over that option and press triangle. It says apply custom gameboot, say verify passed, flash complete. Press home, it'll scroll down to quit X Flash program, hold down X till the first bar is gone, and halfway through the second bar, it'll exit the program instead of completely rebooting your PSP system. Okay, now what you want to do is click on memory stick and bring up any homebrew application or whatever you like, and you should have your brand new custom gameboot in there. As we put in the Xbox 360 one, just because it's funny, because it's Xbox 360 on the PSP. Again, I'm Matthew with PSPtutorials.net, your one-stop for PSP tutorials, reviews, and news, and I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial.